All right, everyone, this is how you flash Joe Spec to your flight controller. So the first thing we want to do is connect to Betaflight and save our current configuration. So once we're connected, we go to the presets tab and then we click the save backup button at the top. And you can save this to whatever folder you want. You can save it to your desktop, for example. Once we have our current configuration saved, we'll connect back up to Betaflight and click the update firmware button. And once we're here, we want to make sure enable expert mode and show release candidates is selected. And then in the drop-down menu, you want to click on development. Then click auto detect. It should detect your flight controller. If not, you can manually select it. But the version we want is 4.5.0 KAACK special release. Once we have all those options selected, we click the load firmware online button. And this could take a while depending on if you flashed your flight controller already or not. But we want to look for the success here after it's finished. If you don't get success at the end here, you can try loading firmware online again. So now we have success, we have the build loaded, and then we can click flash firmware. You're going to get this warning. You want to click ignore the risk, and then I have read the above, and I assume full responsibility for flashing, and then click flash. All right, so our flash is successful. And then we're going to want to go back into the welcome tab and connect to Betaflight. And you're going to get this message. It says you have to configure your accelerometer. I like to just do this because it's good practice, but you don't necessarily have to do this because most of us turn off the accelerometer anyway. Once we have that done, we'll go back to the presets tab, and then we will load our backup that we saved previously to flashing the flight controller. So you just want to grab that file from wherever you saved it to. Once you have that in there, then we're going to go to the motors tab. This is very important. You need to have bidirectional DShot enabled. This is going to be off by default, so you do have to go in and click it and click agree. Without this, the RPM limiter will not work. So once you have that, you want to click save and reboot. Then we go back into Betaflight. Then we go to the OSD tab. And this unknown one element here is going to be our rotating logo. That's going to let everybody know at all times when you're flying that you are on Joe Spec 21,000 RPM. So in case it's not selected, you want to go down here where it is at the warnings tab. You just want to make sure it is enabled. And then click save. And once we have that done, we're official for Joe Spec. All right, once we flash it, we have to activate it in the OSD. So what we'll do is we'll plug in our quad, we'll yaw left and pitch up to get into the menu. And RPM limit is the first one on the menu. Active, yes. Max RPM will set to 21,000 for Joe Spec. And once we do that, we can go down to our KV and set that to our appropriate motor KV. We hit save and reboot. And when it reboots, you can see Joe Spec 21K. And then also in the lower left is where I have my rotating JS logo. You can put that wherever you want in your screen, so long as it's visible. But that's to indicate immediately and easily that everyone is on the Joe Spec 21,000 RPM. And that's it.